Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Friday, December 7th, 10 p.m. Mountain Time 2018. The newest GFS model is in, and the totals are lower, but they're as extensive as they were yesterday. Bullseye is Asheville, Black Mountain, Brevard County, where they could see upwards of 40 inches of snow in some regions. This is all going to start as rain, and it's going to be insane because people are going to think it's a pain, but it's going to rapidly cool down, change to snow, and it will blow. You've entered the effing awesome classroom. It's boom time. And as I said, you're here. And if we actually had an effing awesome classroom, it'd probably look something like this. But we don't. So just pretend. Let's get on with the update. Record-setting rain leads to slides, flooding across southern Cali. Wowie! Look at the mud. Totally fluxed in these regions. A motorist became stranded after trying to drive through 2 feet of mud. Not the smartest person in the world sitting in his car. At all. An intense Pacific storm brought record-setting rain as well as snow to southern Cali on Thursday, forcing mandatory evacuations of the Holly Fire burn area, shutting down the Grapevine on 5 freeway for hours, clogging roads with traffic, mud flows, and rock slides. Rain measured in mid-afternoon a record 1.9 inches, beating the previous 1.101 set back in 1997, almost doubling it. That's due to atmospheric compression, cosmic ray flux, and the new future that you live in. Fire officials rescued 2 people from the flood-controlled washes in LA County. 1 man in Panorama City in the morning and another in La Habra. Take a look at the snow. By 3 p.m., all lanes had reopened. But Thursday snow fell on the Grapevine near Teton Pass, and it was shut down for hours. And that was gridlock. Hashtag Grapevine, hashtag snow, hashtag gridlock. North America's just had the most extensive snow cover in half a century. Oh! Did you read this article? I didn't think so. Record-breaking snow for North America in November. Wait till you see the numbers. They're epic. North America's snow cover set a record for the month in the satellite era, probably going all the way back to the centennial minimum at least. A number of winter storms dumped snow in the northern half of the U.S. and southern Canada. One of the coldest Novembers on record helped keep the snow on the ground longer. And the global warming media mainstream continued to bloviate all of October, all of November about how we're burning up, when the exact opposite was happening. Last November's average snow cover across North America was estimated at 5.24 million square miles, topping the previous 5.11 million square miles back in 2014. And if you cannot see an increase vertically here in an epic fashion, and the fact that the last 8 years have nothing to do with the rest of recorded history as far as snowfall intensity in North America, then your eyes are not working correctly and you need a new prescription. The extent of snow cover was 861,000 square miles larger than average. Over 3 times the size of Texas. Let's watch the progression. The 8th, the 9th, the 10th. And the snow keeps coming. Have you ever seen a persistent fall pattern like this? No one has. No one that's alive. This is the first time in modern recorded history since the 50s that this has ever happened. Ever. It keeps going and going and going. And now we're about to see record snowfall in the second week of December. Like we can't remember. You know why? Because it's a record. Take a look. October, November. The blue areas are above average snow. Ho, ho, ho. While snow was late to arrive in Alaska, it's predicted because during a grand solar minimum, as we descend into an ice age, Alaska remains warm due to the heat budget of the Pacific. which is why we're seeing the West Coast above average. Because while cold air pervades in the central craton, it allows warmer air to invade on the coast. Climate is a system. It must remain in equilibrium. So where there is extreme cold, there must be extreme heat. It's not too difficult mathematically for even an 8th grader to understand that. And that's tonight's first boom. Rising in the sky above Africa. There's the classroom you're in. Keep it in mind. It's the effing awesome one. And it is boom time. North Carolina, snow. Say it ain't so. Yes, it's coming. We're getting to the GFS models shortly. But Governor Cooper declared state of emergency ahead of the winter weather just hours ago. Raleigh, Governor Cooper on Friday declared state of emergency for all 100 counties as North Carolina prepares for major winter storm expected to hit starting late Saturday, extending all the way to Wednesday. Winter storm warnings and watches have already been issued. ABC 11 meteorologists agree the RDU area will be the battleground. Whatever that means. Currently, the storm is expected to move into the area Saturday night and last through Sunday. Fun day. But on my models, it's going to snow till Tuesday in some areas. Ashley Pinkington with Durham County NDOT said crews will prioritize I-40, I-85, NC-147. And the shelves are getting emptied as we speak of salt, bread, milk, juice, and anything else that's cheap and loose. Friday evening update. Sunday snow forecast is looking moderate for Richmond with major snow to the southwest and minor amounts to the north. Major amounts to the southwest. Winter storm warnings in pink, storm watches in dark blue issued by the National Weather Service ahead of Sunday's winter storm. As of Friday evening, the National Weather Service expanded winter storm watches to include much of Southside Virginia, including Farmville, Emporia, South Hill, Dinwiddie. Now for the Richmond area is expected to have snow amounts below the 4 to 5 inch criteria for a winter storm warning or watch. But I think they're going to be totally fluxed because they're underestimating this baby. Heavy snow arrives Sunday. Significant impact south of 460. 12 plus inches in Hillsville and south. Across the border. It's going to be epic in western North Carolina, where totals above 48 inches will be seen. Quiet but cool weather is with us to close out the work week and start the weekend. It's not until overnight Saturday, Sunday morning, that the weather will start to go downhill. Prior to that, it'll be raining and drizzly. You won't even know it until you're about to blow it. Winter storm watch Sunday to Monday morning. Heads up, North Carolina. Future tracker Sunday, 3 o'clock p.m. Heavy snow for half of western North Carolina. Almost all of Virginia, southern West Virginia. Heads up, Kentucky. It's going to be plucky. Eastern Tennessee, you don't get it, but you're going to get it tonight. Or Sunday night. Snow starts to spread along the I-77 corridor early Sunday morning. Works northeast through the mid-morning in the afternoon. Snow rates could be close to 1 inch per hour. Higher than that in the mountains of western North Carolina, Brevard, Asheville. It's going to be a smashville. The snow will likely pile up with ease in many areas. Travel difficult in the red counties. Heads up, Blacksville, Martinsville, Hinsville, Wyethville, Danville, South Boston. Nowhere near the actual Boston. Impacts will differ greatly depending on location and the shift of this storm. We're talking about a freeze line that could move up and down 30 to 50 miles. And that could bring smiles to some, but not to others. Storm impacts, heavy snow. Sunday afternoon into evening, snow rates 1 inch per hour. Snow totals drastically decreased north of 460 from Lynchburg and points north of the Highlands. South of there, you will not escape. Heavy winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. Heavy wet snow is expected. Use caution while shoveling. Watch your back. Snow moves out Monday. Lingers till Tuesday in some regions. A blast of cold follows the snow, freezing it onto the ground and breaking your pipes and causing mayhem for millions. This is going to be an unprecedented event. Why? Because December 21st is weeks away. That's the start of winter here. Asheville snow. Weather Service says winter wonderland Sunday in the middle of fall. Terrible ice will follow, and most of it will stay throughout the winter. It's true. On Friday Asheville began to solidify weather predictions for snowfall. It looks like much of the region should be close to 1 foot to 2 feet of snow, followed by treacherous and icy conditions early next week. That's the half of it, and that's a lot of half to suck in. Local forecast for Charlotte was 7 inches when we started this forecast, and is now changed to 9 inches in a in a period of 15, 20 minutes? I don't know. I just put this article up here and it said 7 inches and now it says 9. So the numbers are now re-increasing in areas that they have decreased. This is a very volatile system and they do not know how to predict it. I can predict bad things happening, however, and I've been warning you for 4 days to already stock up. So if you haven't already, why are you watching the channel? The winter storm headed to North Carolina could drop 9 inches of snow and ice in the Charlotte area this weekend, according to the latest National Weather Service estimates. And I just saw that change on the model from the noon model to the 6 p.m. model. It did increase, and we're going to look at it closely. Charlotte could see 0.13 inches of ice, according to the map. Not looking good. As of 4:30 p.m. Friday, Governor Roy Cooper declared a state of emergency for all North Carolina counties. Here's a pretty good idea coming out from Duke Energy of the impacts. They're saying 500,000 power outages is a good estimate. We're going to say 1.2 million. Unfortunately, we're the realists. This is just Duke Energy, and I'm including other states like Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, and others. Heads up. Don't buy the digital access when you can buy the Oppenheimer Ranch Project for free. Before you can think about snow, you have to think about rain. Torrential, epic rain surrounding this storm, which is why we have such heavy snowfall totals. 24 to 48 inches means 2 to 4 inches of rain total. Rainwater equivalent. Friday's rain and clouds kept it cool. More of that coming Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a very wet in Alabama, southern Tennessee Saturday on the warmer side of the developing storm. Do not let your guard down. Steady rain moves in Friday evening, sticks around all day Saturday, getting heavier and more widespread by the hour, changing to ice and eventually to snow, where it will not go anywhere. Huntsville looking for 2 inches, Meridianville 2, Athens 2, Decatur 2, Moulton County 2.2 inches, Russellville, Muscle Shoals, Fort Payne, Albertville, Coleman, Gadsden. You're not going to escape 3 inches in Gadsden, 1.8 in Fayetteville. So flooding, then snow, then ice. Where is snow likely? Let's blow it up. Saturday looks like almost all rain kind of a day. It might start with flakes and sleet early, transition to a soaker through Saturday night. Then the rain develops to become something of a snowstorm and a snow bomb. So here's the rain in front, cold behind, and it's going to bring this snow from Little Rock all the way east to Charlotte. Raleigh, you're not out of it. We're going to get to the model. Rocky Mount, you're looking at 6 to 7 inches of snow out of this one. This is the most current model of heavy snow, likely over 6 inches, up to 4 feet in the pink zone, right here where I'm circling. Averaging 24 inches in many of the regions around this small circle to the left side of the pink zone. So get prepared now. Go out tomorrow if it's raining and stock up if you don't have the supplies. You may be in for 48 to 36 hours. 72 is not unheard of. Could be a week in some regions in the mountainous zones of Brevard County before anyone can even get there. Think about it. What the GFS is showing here is only through Monday. So, heavy snow developing right now near DJ Ransom, Alamogordo area, southern New Mex, moving through the central panhandle and southern panhandle of Texas. Heads up, Lubbock. A small swath to move through Oklahoma, northern Arkansas, dumping up to 8 to 10 inches in some areas. Most of northern Tennessee is on the track to get 3 to 6. And then the heavy snows move into the region. Western North Carolina snows beginning Saturday afternoon and then piling up quickly. As snow at the same time begins to penetrate into British Columbia on Monday and dump heavy, heavy snow from Oregon all the way to Alaska. 4 feet predicted in many regions, and it's going to continue to come for record snow totals in Olympia, most of the Cascades, all of British Columbia. Heads up, mountains of Alberta, you're going to get in on it. Ontario, you're going to get a nice slathering, 6 inches everywhere by mid-December. And that northeaster has been quelled, so some moderate lake effect snow and moderate snow up through New England through mid-December. But we're going to have a white Christmas, kids. My prediction is 45 states with snow on the ground for Christmas. 50 states with snow have fallen by then. And that's a boom. Let's bring in the close-up of the southeast. As we rapidly hydrate in the effing awesome classroom, you can see here how the snow track will develop. Here's your Sunday midnight, Saturday night, Sunday. It just starts to pile in. Central Arkansas is going to see a hit, and then it's going to rapidly explode across North Carolina and Southern Virginia. Rapidly explode. And that's about the half of it. So you can see some snow falling in the coast right here. Check out the coast of Carolina. Boom. And that's Monday. This is your commute. This is going to be a nightmare commute because it's going to be cold. It's showing snow falling all the way to the coast here on your Tuesday. Small clipper coming south. And then there's that secondary storm. It is not going to be warm. Get ready. You didn't have a fall. And temperatures will be doing the same. Beijing endures one of the coldest December days on record. Snow flies in Shanghai. Holy macaroni, welcome to your future. Why didn't he turn his camera? Bitter cold will continue to have a firm grip on Eastern Asia through at least this weekend, forcing residents to bundle up. This will also lead to snow opportunities, the newest word of the decade. More snow opportunities happening. We just had record snow opportunities in November, breaking all-time records in the middle of the climate change global warming hoax where we're all burning up. Record snow opportunities developing every single month. A mild autumn and start to December came to a bone-chilling end as bitterly cold air breached Beijing and northeast China Thursday. The cold air quickly pressed southward, encompassing much of eastern China and the Korean Peninsula by Friday. Friday was one of Beijing's coldest December days ever, where they held just shy of 6 below zero C, 21F. Biting winds created dangerously low Arctic weather, real field temps. Can you believe that they've copyright real field temps? The scam is on and all the sheep are eating it up. It's delicious. A high of 4C, more common in early December, is what is expected. Similar weather grips Seoul and other areas. Here's snow in Shanghai. You're getting a look at watching it fly in your eye. Seismic update, no quakes of note. We have moderate tremblers worldwide in the Ring of Fire. We had an earlier polar quake up here north of Greenland in the last 24 hours. No other quakes of note or particular depth. Thankfully, nothing developed in the Indonesia region. But we do have some space weather activity, which we will get to shortly. Worldwide volcano news update. As cosmic ray flux increases, we would expect a large volcanic eruption anytime this winter. And we do have an uptick at Etna. Major, where there is visible lava on both sides of the precipice here. Huge uptick at Etna. And just earlier today, a UFO was seen shooting out of Etna, maybe associated with this new uptick in lava here to the left side. This is live we're looking at thanks to Volcano YTS. Give him a thumbs up. Tell him Diamond sent you. They love it over there. And clearly an uptick at Etna. We also have Fuego, Ash Advisory, Popo, Volcanic Ash Advisory, Ducono, continuous volcanic ash, as well as Nevados de Chilan in the last 24 hours, Sabancaya, Abico, Copihu, Nevados de Chilan. I just said that, discrete emissions. Let's check out the UFO on Etna. Come over here. I don't have it on high visibility, but you can watch this all night after this. Etna will probably be increasing, and you'll get a good visual. Here we are in 360 DPI, and you can see the amazing footage here coming from Volcano YTS. As Etna is increased over the last year continuously, this is the most activity we've seen in a while. This is associated with many large volcanic complexes that can blow VEI 7 or greater. Can't be Flagré much. Keep a close eye on it. Now let's look at the UFO shooting out of Etna today. I'm not making this up. I'm showing you the facts. This could be ball lightning. It could be a large glacier that was ejected into space as a projectile, which causes refraction. But earlier today, when the uptick happened on the left flank here, you can see part of the uptick here. You're about to see a UFO shoot out of the volcano. There it is. Now watch the projectile emanate from this puff here. So that's why I think it's I'll bring you back to full speed and give you 2 more looks. There it is. Alright, we'll give 3 more. There it is. Happening today during Look at this thing. It's worth another look. I mean, I love it. I'm sure you guys like it too. There it is. Boom. Whew. Times are changing. Come check it out yourself. Spend all night, and that's a boom. Oh, they were just eating dinner. That's not fair. They were eating their bombs and their volcano tech, or whatever this is. Totally amazing. Climate change is already here, scientists say, and it's killing us. Oh my God. We're all burning up. Ow, why did you do this? We're dying already. I doubt it. Whenever a landmark report comes out from the IPCC, I know it's filled with crap. It means nothing. Because if you haven't heard, 12 out of 13 scientists believe global warming is a hoax. And the only 97% consensus scientists are paid by the IPCC and the UN. Ask any non-affiliated scientist what they think about global warming, and they won't even answer. You know why? Because they know the facts. Wintertime Arctic sea ice growth is growing. And here they obfuscate from the truth because the mainstream at some point has to put their tail between their legs and face the facts. Look at this title. Wintertime Arctic sea ice growth slows long-term decline. I thought there was not going to be any sea ice 4 years ago, you idiots. But now, record Arctic sea growth is slowing the long-term decline. Why don't you just say Arctic sea ice is increasing to record levels? Because that would be the headline. Arctic sea ice increasing to 30-year averages before global warming began. And that happened in 3 years, folks. New NASA research has found that increases in the rate at which Arctic sea ice grows in the winter may have slowed down the decline of Arctic sea ice. Now, why is that first sentence completely a lie? Because there is no such thing as Arctic sea ice cover. It's always covered. It changes out in the summer, it melts, and it grows in the winter. What they're saying is that they've lied to you for 30 years. And the data does not support the claim that we're burning up or warming. It supports the claim that the Earth is getting colder because the Arctic ice is building. All you have to do is look at the data to see a thick, 4-meter thick coating of ice that you can walk across from Russia to Greenland today, December 6th. Probably safely if you were warm enough. You can also see for the last 5 weeks, we've been in the 30-year average of Arctic sea ice volume, which is why they have their tail in their pants. We've also been above the average for 4 months in the summer. What a bummer. It didn't melt this summer. It was at all-time highs throughout the summer. And it's back, baby. Back better than ever because the planet is cooling. 0.7 degrees C in 3 years. That's a mini ice age already, and no one gets it. And as the climate systems recalibrate, it's going to be right in your face. That's why Emmanuel Macron is missing. Because the people in France know it's not getting warmer. All their grapes have frozen over the last 3 years. Their crops are failing. There's very expensive produce in the stores right now in France. And they want you to pay more money because it's burning up. It's an oxymoron. The public smells the doo-doo in the air. And Emmanuel Macron has gone missing. In fact, the protests continue. Even though in midweek they stopped the tax. Over 90,000 additional police officers have been called in for these protests. Yeah, let me find that sentence. It's not a very long article. As France braces for another round of violent protests this weekend in Paris and the rest of the country, embattled French President Emmanuel Macron is a missing man as his government tries to curb the chaos caused in part by his unpopular plan to hike gas taxes. Now, he has represented himself on the world stage as a spokesman for multilateralism and internationalism, which we call globalism and the Illuminatiism, with one world government and a chip in your brain. And that's not happening. Yellow Jacket protesters who have protested and even rioted in cities over France in recent weeks will continue over the weekend. Now, Macron had initially stood firm on the hikes of petroleum, saying they were necessary to combat climate change as the Arctic ice reaches record levels. People didn't buy it. And on Wednesday, Prime Minister Edouard Philippe announced the government was going to scrap the tax hike altogether. But the population still doesn't give up. You know why? Because only 18% care for their leader. So they're going to burn down the city, which they should. This is crony capitalism. This is not democracy. If it was a democracy, Macron would have never been elected. If it was a democracy, there would be no such thing as taxes because the people wouldn't have it. If it was a democracy, we would be free and not slaves. But I digress. The most dangerous force to a corrupt system is an informed public. And I hate to say it, you sheep in America, Europe is way ahead of the game. They were the first people to protest Monsanto and push out GMOs. They were the first people to say no to poison on food almost a decade before America even knew what a GMO was. That's how pathetic the disinformation is. You all continue to watch your Netflix, get fat, go to the doctor and eat your prescriptions. Because when the grid fails, you're going to be dead in an instant. And that's a bozo the clown boom. For all you bozos that cannot see the light on the horizon. So continue to eat your genetically modified cocoa bombs while you read the newspaper and be like, oh, look. Oh, that was nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about it, kids. It's just bozo. Or you can take the red pill. Free yourself from the nonsense. Start preparing for the future that lies ahead. One that allows you complete freedom to be creative. Where you work to live and live to work. Second deadliest Ebola outbreak in history, spreading to major city, about to become the first deadliest Ebola outbreak in history, raising new challenges for containment. Yeah, this is because they introduced the Ebola vaccine, which is basically a satanic cult injecting Ebola into people. The second largest, deadliest outbreak of Ebola in history has spread to a major city, Butembo, a bustling city of 1 million people in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. If this does not seem like a movie called Outbreak that you once watched, then you never watched the movie Outbreak. Butembo is a key trading and transport hub which links to other major cities, even bigger than Butembo, including neighboring Uganda, which means we could be in for some major developments over the winter. Ebola flying into an airport near you coming next week. Mark my words. They will be shutting down and taking names of Ebolas everywhere. China launches groundbreaking mission to land on the far side of the moon, so we can't watch them do whatever they're doing. China has launched a groundbreaking mission to land an unmanned spacecraft on the far side of the moon. Spacecom reports the Chang'e 4 spacecraft was launched from Xichang Satellite Launch Center atop the Long March 3B rock at 1:23 p.m. EST Friday. The mission will demonstrate China's growing ambition to take over the moon and to conquer the aliens before the event occurs. They're making moves right now, folks. Everyone is. Space Force much? Listen to the soothing sounds of Martian wind collected by NASA's InSight lander in Monument Valley. Check it out. Yeah, I can barely hear it. Sounds like regular wind, right? Well, what were you expecting? It's wind. Well, actually, it's Martian wind. People were like, how many earthquakes happen on Mars? And I was like, none. Because earthquakes happen on Earth. Get it? Are you prepared? I've been preparing. I'm so prepared that I added a new floor to the store. It's called bulk seeds, sprouting seeds, and sprout kits. If you don't know how to grow, this is a foolproof way without using soil to learn how things grow. You soak seeds in water, you give them a little bit of light, and in a few days, they're alive, and then you eat them. You may be eating the most nutrition you've ever consumed in your entire life in one biteful, which is frightful, but it's truthful. So for $50, you can get enough supplies to grow food for weeks. And then you'll learn how to sprout. It's one of the most important survival techniques that you're going to need in a food shortage, because you can have instant, highly dense, nutritious food instantly in just a period of 7 to 10 days, which means if you barely have any food in your house, in 7 to 10 days, you will have highly nutritious, super nutrient-dense food in 1 week. Seed sprouter tray, BPA-free, PP soil-free, big capacities. All you need, $13 sprouter, $20 in seeds, get you started. And your family will have less sicknesses, less mental health problems, lead a happier, fulfilling life simply from eating a sprout. Check it out. I'm not making it up. You literally will feel better instance after you eat these products. Ask others. I'm not making it up. Give the gift of sprouting. You don't have to sprout these seeds. You can grow them. And it's for $10 you get a pound of mung beans. Mustard and red radish. $33 gets you a sprouting tray with wheels. This is the traditional method. It's a metal screen, 3 mason jars that are tilted forward so that you need to rinse these every day several times. I rinse mine 3 times a day or more. You just run water through this over your faucet, and you drain it and you put it back in the rack. In a week, you have Sprout Surprise. I included books on homegrown sprouts if you don't know how to get started. Several of them in here. And all of the best here. Schaefer seed, 50-pound bag. Sunflower, $75. There's enough sunflower sprouts for a year in here for your family to live for under $100. So learn about sprouting. I put all the best products, the lowest prices in the store. 5-gallon bucket hydro mung bean seed for sprouting, $15. Organic. This is the deal of the century. If you don't buy 25 pounds of these, you're going to miss out. Those are the typical bean sprout you see in the store. The big, squirty, juicy ones. I prefer higher nutrient-dense, smaller sprouting seeds, like a mix. This one has daikon radish, triton radish, purple stems and green leaves. A little spicy. Try it. You'll like it. All other accessories you need. Just the lids. If you want just the stainless steel lids, grab them. If you just need cheesecloth, do it. All the products you need here. Any questions, ask me. I'll be happy to help. Help the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Help your friends and family prepare for the future. Help them be healthier and avoid the doctor. Change your diet, change your life, change your outlook. Change your ways, one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. You can do it. I know it. And that is a funky unicorn groin boom. We're the only ones that can do it, and you knew it. Times are changing. Take the red pill. We're teaching you how to unlock the mysteries of your soul. You've been brainwashed. Your pineal gland is calcified. Start looking into the finer things. Read Alan Watts. Get a book called Jekyll Island about the Fed. Learn about the ruse. Free your mind. Free yourself. Escape. Escape the narrative. Think outside the box. They don't want you to. Do it. We love you. We're all in this together. Learn how to grow food and you will make it. There are others that will help. Do not try to change the minds of the brainwashed. Lead by example. They will follow. Be the change. Others, they will come. Be safe.